The Lille Abada transfer saga goes on. This time it's Ange Postecoglou putting things to bed as far as he's concerned with the ongoing speculation that Lille Abada will leave this summer. We'll talk about the formation for the game in a few hours' time, a bit late with the video this morning. A Celtic player that Ange Postecoglou says that if he was ever to get the phone call, is he for sale, he would basically say his phone's not working. And we'll talk about a player that could have signed for Celtic at the last transfer window that didn't, and he's regretting things a bit. So we'll go back to the Ange Postecoglou Lille Abada story. And he was obviously asked at the press conference, as we knew he would be, he was asked, is Lille Abada happy and will he be sold this summer? And Lille Abada isn't unhappy, I should have said, at Celtic, said the Celtic boss. He went on to say that he's spoken to the player, and as far as he's concerned, the player is happy. Postecoglou says, if it changes and Abada wants to take up an opportunity elsewhere, the gaffer said, it's an issue, he said, that it's something I talk to players about. He says, with some of them, they're at different stages of their career and different ambitions. We've heard this talk from the boss before, especially when we move players on. He doesn't, he did say don't get too attached to your big stars. The Celtic manager went on to say, I've not got a problem with that. It's not about being ruthless, and this will be about them not getting in the team on a weekly basis. It's not about being harsh with them. It's about understanding their needs and what they want to do. It's fine if they want to move on. If they move on, we'll move on. He said, that's how I treat every case. Lille is very happy here. He's not shown me anything that says he wants to go anywhere else. He just wants to be the best he can, and he's working hard every day to do that. He's been fantastic since he joined us, said the Celtic manager. Sometimes other people speak for others. I prefer to speak to the person themselves and get first-hand information. At the moment, Lille Abada is happy here, and that's obviously came out this morning. It's a story that's been rumbling on. I think he will go in the summer personally, but if he does, it's like the manager says, it's no big deal. One player that will not be leaving Celtic, and if Ange Postecoglou was to ever get the phone call, even though Malky Mackay says surely there has to be somebody who came in and made inquiries about Captain Callum McGregor. Captain Callum McGregor has been playing fantastic recently, and he is the type of player that the Celtic manager says thrives at Celtic and will always thrive at Celtic. He says, when a club talks about any bids, when it comes to Callum, he says, I would usually say my phone's not working, but it wouldn't surprise me. He's shown he can play at the highest level. I still think he has his best football ahead of him because he's growing in stature all the time. There's nothing to see that I see in him to say that it's going to slow down as a player. He's proven he can play at the highest level. Thankfully, it's for us. He is really committed to this football club, and in this day and age, having that kind of individual who still loves playing for the club he grew up with and has ambitions to still make Celtic as successful as possible is fantastic for us. So Callum McGregor, he'll not be going to anywhere. It's a bit like Paul McStay that way. The Maestro was a one-man club at Celtic back in the 80s and early 90s. I think Carl Mack will be the exact same. And I'm going to even say I think James Forrest will be the exact same as well. I know Jamesy gets quite a bit of stick, but he's been a fantastic servant over the years. One player that didn't manage to get to Celtic and then ended up signing was Cho Chung-sung, if you remember him. A player that we were right in for. He's been talking to the media and he said, when my move to Celtic didn't happen, honestly I was upset, but I have no regrets about not going to Europe right away. I still think as a player I have a lot to learn as a striker. I am convinced I'll get another opportunity someday. My ambition last year was to go to Europe, but now it's changed. I have to focus on training and working hard. So that was Cho Chung-sung, who some say that might still come to Celtic this summer, but we'll see how that pans out. So give me your score predictions for the Ross County Celtic game this afternoon, a couple of hours time. If you're watching the video afterwards, apologies, but this was my lineup that I thought would happen. I've not seen the lineup yet. So obviously Hart, Taylor, Starfelt, Carter, Vickers, Johnson, McGregor, O'Reilly, Moy, Jota, Maida and Furiashi up front. The bench, who knows? And on that point, I'll see you after the game. Have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the